we keep the entire fitness and injury free? Because कई बार क्या होता है कि हम start तो कर देते हैं but injure होते ही बंद हो जाता है.
No reason कि आपको किसी से रेस लगाने की ज़रूरत है. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for an Instagram picture. Try and understand that. So it's important that if you're a runner, if you're introduced to running, or if you just started cycling or swimming or whatever sport that may be for you, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else.
आज मेरे साथ मेरे मित्र एंड सीनियर स्पोर्ट्स डॉक्टर आदित्य सोरल है एंड वी आर डिस्कसिंग टुडे द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स इंजरी एंड हाउ डू वी कीप आवरसेल्व्स, क्योंकि द एंटायर जर्नी अपने जो रहता है, आज जो हम अभी मिक्की के सेशन में था, फिटनेस बहुत ज़रूरी है एंड फिटनेस के साथ हम योग करें, हम खेलें, दौड़ें. हाउ डू वी कीप द एंटायर फिटनेस एंड इंजरी फ्री? बिकॉज कई बार क्या होता है कि हम स्टार्ट तो कर देते हैं बट इंजर होते ही बंद हो जाता है. सो वो पूरे जर्नी में हाउ डू वी कीप द एंटायर रेलेवेंस कि बिना इंजरी के या कम से कम इंजरी में हम पूरा अपना स्वस्थ रह सकें. सो आदित्य, योर थॉट्स ऑन दैट?
I am an orthopedic surgeon and I'm a sports injury specialist by profession, so work next door at Eternal Hospital. Talking about preventing sports injuries and such, I think there are not many things we have to talk about when you're talking about sports injuries. The first thing obviously is that most of the sports injuries which happen because either we start too fast or we start without proper understanding of the sport. Those are the two commonest causes when we have injury. What matters most is to first figure out what you're getting into, right? So for example, running. Let's take that's one of the commonest sports, and over the last 7 years I've been in this city, I've realized that the number of people who started to run eventually and the number of cyclists also have grown by leaps and bounds. So when you're talking about starting a new sport like a running or a cycling, you must first be aware of what you're getting into. What is a low impact sport? What is a high impact sport? Preferably there should be a trainer you can train with, or for example in running and cycling you have mentors. So it's very important for you to have a mentor who introduce you to the sport, and eventually you pick up as and when he asks you to increase the duration or the time or the volume, whatever. The other thing is, it's always important, and I would absolutely agree with what Mickey said in the last session, कि ज़रूरत क्या है इतना तेज़ भागने की, ज़रूरत क्या है इतनी तेज़ साइकिल चलाने की. So that's exactly what we also, those are the sentiments we echo as sports physicians, that there is no reason कि आपको किसी से रेस लगाने की ज़रूरत है. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for an Instagram picture. Try and understand that. So it's important that if you're a runner, if you're introduced to running, or if you just started cycling or swimming or whatever sport that may be for you, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. So hang on to it. Just find your flow, find your ground, and then grow into it.
Very nice. So अभी इंजरी का बात हो रहा है, and we've been discussing wellness. Sports के साथ when you get patients, you get sport. योग के कारण आपके पास patients आते हैं कि योगा करते टाइम हमको इंजरी हुआ है?
See, I think again it's very important for us to understand yoga. Again, see, yoga is a way of living. I agree with what Mickey said, but most of the times, and most of the yoga instructors also do not go by that philosophy. So yoga, in a way, the patients who I see who have injured themselves doing yoga, trust me, there are many, right? But the reason why they injure themselves is because they try and do yoga as an aerobic exercise. For example, most of the yoga sessions are where you have a room full of people doing yoga together. There's one instructor or maybe two instructors. And if you're asked to do Surya Namaskar, you in a way subconsciously start competing with the guy or the girl next to you. So if they are able to bend down and touch their toes, you would not want to stop at your knees. You would want to go really down to your toes, maybe 2 inches deeper, if that is possible technically. And that is when you injure. So again, it's about doing it for yourself. That's important. So if you're not doing yoga as an aerobic exercise, I don't think, in fact, for that matter, let me be very fair and clear. Yoga or aerobic exercise or cycling or running or swimming or golf, whatever sport you're talking about, you can have injuries in any one of them. It's not that a particular form of exercise is better than the other form of exercise. Running is as good as yoga if you want to do it in a manner in which you should actually be running. So, but injuries will happen. If you're doing something, injuries will happen. And the best way to avoid injuries is to, go slow.